You have now arrived at Stadium and Gale.
The snap, the kick, it's been blocked again! Oh my! It's been blocked again! He's going to heave one deep down the field. It's going to be to the goal line. It's going to be gone! It's a touchdown! And the Gators have won the game! Tyreek Cleveland! Oh my! I can't believe what I just saw! Dropping back to throw, pops and fires the ball over the middle. It's there! It's there! Touchdown! Norrick's got a touchdown! Oh my! Norrick's got a touchdown! Hands it off to Harvin. He comes back. Say goodbye.
Ahmad Black, in his final game as a Gator, takes it all the way home and sends Urban out a winner.
You have now arrived at Stadium and Gale.
Can you hear me?
We got you.
Boys and girls, ladies and gents, welcome to another Stadium and Gale. It's your boy Corey.
It's Dan. Nick is muted. Nope, you're still muted, Nick. This is how tonight's been. A lot of technical difficulties.
Hold my microphone for that.
Very good. That's welcome back. Welcome to the Stadium and Gale podcast. The first time doing this. Welcome.
Yeah, I got a lot of technical difficulties going on. My mic unplugged right before as well. I stepped on the cord, it unplugged. I've been having difficulties with my webcam, so it's been that type of evening. But nonetheless, we're not together. Hopefully, Billy Napier got the team together. You know what I'm saying?
I'm ready. We're here. Finally, season starting. We're going to talk a lot about the season. We're going to talk a lot about the Gator panel yesterday. But I want to hear about y'all's collective weekends. Corey, we missed you last week. You were on dad duty, which is far more important than this podcast, despite what the fans were clamoring for. Right? We miss Corey. This isn't the same without Dan and Nick. So we had to bring in Urban Meyer to replace you. It wasn't quite the same. But Corey, how you been, brother?
I'm pretty sure Urban held it down, man. You know, one goat replacing another goat. You feel me? I ain't mad at it. Now I had a solid weekend. Had to watch his junior scrimmage, which he did very well on, man. He's just, playing new positions. Super excited. He wanted me to be there. I also got to start coaching, so we got to change. We're changing up our time that we record and whatnot. So just some adjustments, man. But I had a great weekend, man. A lot of back and forth to Miami all week. It's just a regular thing. I got to go down there tomorrow. So just super busy. Life, business. It's just, it's all right, man.
Do you want to talk about what you've got going on? Because you're not going to Miami just to hang out, which is a great place to hang out. But you are
guys
now...
toes in the sand on South Beach. That's all he's doing. Pina coladas.
But he's an agent now. Well, at least a marketing. I mean, he's getting his name out there. Dropped the 5-star. Corey, let everybody know what you're up to, brother.
Yeah, man. So, you guys know behind the scene, I've been navigating, meeting with some people. I had some job opportunities from some pretty established agencies, and it would have required me relocating. Me and the wife wasn't with that, moving to Texas or anything crazy. So through these companies just reaching out to me randomly, I didn't apply for a job. So I thought God was kind of leading me a direction a little bit. If multiple people in this world reaching out to me, that I may have an asset there, right? I may be good or got some valuable pieces. So I just started exploring the NIL realm. Been speaking with some people in South Florida. I didn't want to just jump out the window independently without the right support. But I got a good team. It's not just me. I'm pretty sure some of the people around the Gator market know Logan Vile. He's going to be, operating with me. I got some other people behind the scenes with some established relationships in South Florida. That's how we was able to land a 5-star defensive tackle, James Johnson, who was a stud. So, the right relationships. I think I got some things on the marketing side and with content. How are we going to marry content and NIL is going to be pretty unique. Looking forward to it. I think this space has just been calling me for a while. I mean, I started with the collective in a creative way around NIL. So I've been dabbling in it, did some stuff with DJ this off season. work with some other players on their logo creations and branding. So we've been navigating, but now we're full-fledged a company, Flow Factory Sports.
It's been fun to watch, man. I got to know you. It's going to sound like a eulogy. It's not. You're still alive, breathing, healthy, and thriving, right? But probably, what year are we in? Probably 10 years ago, 9 years ago. We met for the first time, and then, Stadium and Gale, we've been doing this for over 6 years now. And it's been cool to watch. Everybody thinks of ascent as like a forward straight line, and it's not, right? There's ups and downs, and you might be in a place that's further back than where you started, but you keep moving up. And it's been really, really cool to watch you. And you've got a great team around you. You got a supportive family, and obviously we're rooting for you, man. So congratulations to all your success. Flow Factory Sports is going to do incredible things, and we're excited to watch and be involved in however we can, man. But that's an incredible get for you, and it's only just beginning. But to have a 5-star that's coveted by every big school in the country is not a bad person to get started with.
Nah, perfect lunch, man. Perfect lunch. Perfect kid.
Love it. Nick, good weekend?
Yeah, last time I guess we get 2 bye weeks, but last free weekend for me, so a lot of family time. Big Sunday before the Gator panel, big family day. Park, Target, felt like Will Ferrell in old school. I just don't know if I have enough time.
Did you go streaking in the quad?
We ended before the streaking through the quad into the gymnasium. But Target, Sam's, Trader Joe's, the park, big dad duty. 1-year-old, great age, very cuddly, very
Frankie
loving.
Frankie the Tank.
Frankie the Tanky. Huh? We have an official. So like my wife kind of been hating on me. I think Dada had come out of Frankie's mouth a while ago. I think she had already said it, but it was so undeniable last night that my wife had to just give me the nod. Like Dada was the first word. Still hasn't said mama yet. I don't want to gloat. Some of her co-workers' husbands listen to the show. Please don't tell your wife I said this, because it will get back to my wife and I'm saying it publicly. But Frankie's first word might have been dada.
I love that, man.
Big win for the home team.
Yeah, that's huge for the brand and everything.
Great for the brand.
Great for the brand. Relatively low-key weekend for me. I think I told you guys I've been turning a stone, and we're now 2 weeks in of just relaxing.
Vibes, huh?
Dan's wearing a short sleeve button down, holding a Bible, riding his bike house to house.
Not doing that.
Wholesome Dan, man. It's the new lady, bro. The new lady putting the foot down.
No foot putting down. I think it was Dan's body shutting down.
Hey, whoa. Come on, too soon.
No,
too soon. My body actually shut down.
Not quite like you, Nick, but I did. I am at my lowest weight that I've been in a long time. Working out a lot, feeling a lot healthier. Got some good test results. Was going through a couple things. So all
new cheeks
is well.
do to you, bro. That's what new cheeks, bro. You just start getting in the gym, losing weight, stop going on benders.
Her mom's listening. Shout out to her mom. I never went
sorry,
on
Mom.
benders. I never
Mom.
went on benders. Hey, Corey,
sorry,
this is
I'm lying.
That's
this is
a
all
word
fabricated
for just going out and meeting friends.
This is a parody show. This is a parody show.
It always has been. It always has been. All right. I want to talk a lot about what we've got going on with Stadium and Gale. Let's get a brunt ad read and then we'll get into it.
Hey, one time for the great folks at Brunt Insurance and Financial Services. Anything you need insured, from the Panhandle to the Keys, my man Greg is the best in the business. Get you the lowest quote possible. Give them a call at 954-589-2204. If you're living in the post-stone age and you're on the internet, bruntinsurance.com. It don't cost nothing, a dime, to see if you can save some money. Best in the business, big policies, what else I say? Big policies,
big coverages.
There you go. Appreciate you, Daniel.
Greg, what it do, baby?
We had somebody reach out to us. I don't know if I mentioned this last week. They said that they reached out to Greg and saved him $45 a month. So literally it's free to reach out. It takes a few minutes of your time, but 45 minutes or $45 a month for 5 or 10 minutes of your time is absolutely a great investment. Last night, we had the opportunity to host the Gator panel with High Top Sports and Gators Breakdown. Gator Dave had a great conversation. Some of the topics that we covered today, we talked a little bit about yesterday. We're going to expound on them a little bit more tonight. But just really good content. You can find it on the podcast feed, or you can find it on YouTube. You can find it on all of our respective channels. Really great conversation. I really enjoyed that. So we're gonna probably do another one mid-season, and then we're gonna probably do one after the season. I think us three podcasts, if we could figure out a mute button on the mic, other than that, we vibe really well together. I think it's great content, a lot of different energies and personalities. So we used to do the Gator panel every year. We did a little hiatus. I think we've got a core group that we're going to continue to do this with. So go check that out if you haven't. We are going to start game day eve next Friday. Just not a lot to talk about before LIU. I said it yesterday on the panel. I'm pretty sure this is the worst team that is ever going to head into the swamp. So we're going to save our predictions for the games that matter a little bit more. So stay tuned for that. We'll get you guys a time. We're going back and forth with a little.
We got celebrity guests too. We'll announce it. We'll announce it next week. We're going to bring on a celebrity guest like game day every week.
We've been hunting sharks since 2017. Nothing new this week.
We announced last week as well, breakfast with the Gators. I think we announced it last week. Maybe we did.
Oh, no, I wasn't here.
Breakfast with the Gators is a new podcast by Jackson Raymer, Will Norris, and a group of their friends. They are going to do a reactionary pod. It's going to be based around football for now. They're big into baseball too, so they'll have some baseball takes, have some basketball takes, but look out for that. Breakfast with the Gators. You probably grew up watching Breakfast with the Gators, a little younger than Breakfast at the Gators back in the day, but go check them out. They're part of the Stadium and Gale Network, and then Florida Basketball Hour as well.
Funny, so let me tell you, the takes will be reckless.
Oh, for sure. Frat boy.
Real frat boys, with big Pike vibes, big Sigat vibes. Jackson sends off just scorching hot takes to myself. I've known him since he was, I think, a junior in college. Don't know who signed off on letting them broadcast their opinions on Al Gore's internet, but it will be entertaining.
I met them boys. I met them boys when they was in college. I went over to their apartment, and it was like it was a thing. It was a thing. No. Yeah. As a grown man, I walked into some college kids' room. I was just like, okay, these boys is really partying hard. Like,
no Diddy.
Yeah, no Diddy, definitely no Diddy.
I can 100%. See Jackson, Will, that group. Did they have liquor bottles as decoration on top?
Oh, for sure, 100%. Yes. Yeah. The whole table I sat at was just covered with like liquor bottles, man.
A flag nailed into the wall. That was the decoration.
Yeah, some old beer signs that they got on Etsy. Oh yeah, I can see it.
Cool cats though, man. Like, real cool crew, man. Funny guys. I got like last year was at the tailgate. They were racing my son out in the parking lot. Like I've known these guys for a while. He reached out to me just for podcast advice, and I was like, "Hey, bro, like, we're down to like collaborate and do something." But I thought the first episode was pretty dope. Make sure y'all check it out.
Absolutely. Again, you can find that Breakfast with the Gators on YouTube. It's going to be on the podcast platforms here soon. They're going through that work right now. So definitely check them out. Do want to make a point of housekeeping. The UF Board of Trustees today appointed Dr. Donald Landry to be the interim president at the University of Florida. He also interviewed today for the full-time job as well. He's the chair emeritus of the Department of Medicine at Columbia University. He is a Harvard graduate, very, very long list of accomplishments in the medical field. So he is going to be the interim president. This is something that I've kept close with. I've had a little bit of the inside scoop on this one. This was an announcement that was scheduled for last week. I just got a few hiccups, and then today is when they did announce it. UF is not going to announce a permanent president until next year, January, probably at the earliest, but I would not be surprised if it's not till after the school year. So he will be UF's new interim president. What does that mean? It means that UF has a president. Does it mean sweeping changes to anything? No, probably not. Should he get announced as president? Obviously, you guys can have that discourse and that discussion about what that means for sports. He's obviously not been around sports programs before. I know he spoke about sports today and kind of the evolution of sports and where that's going and the impact that could be on marketing for the university and the brand of the school. But again, a guy that grew up in the obviously the medical field, doing a lot of research. He did research on cocaine addiction and overdose, small molecule drug development in the neurocardiac and oncology markets, and the discovery of a syndrome that is in the vasodilatory shock state.
Nice.
So,
Hey, does he like sports?
I don't know, Nick.
All right, cool. Let's move on then.
Well, it's important. The University of Florida, the Florida Gators are under the University of Florida. I think it's important that people may know. PhD and MD, doctorate in organic chemistry from Harvard, medical degree at Columbia, went back to Harvard and was there, and then did win the Presidential Citizens Medal as well. So again, important. There was a lot of discussion about it last week or over the last few months, and then last week as well. So we have a new president. Will he bring back the Gator bait chant? I don't know, but we'll keep it moving.
I don't think he's gonna try to do it. I'll try.
Dan runs off all these credentials, and chat is just like, "Yo, can we say Gator bait again?"
Scott said, "Let's move on." So we're gonna take Scott's lead here. All right, guys, we are in to college football. Did you guys watch the Fighting Dan Mullins this past weekend?
Oh yeah.
No, I did not. I didn't have the Mountain West conference app, so I wasn't privy to watching Dan Mullen. I did see, unfortunately for Dan, since he quantified wins as we had more yards than them. Did that up in Lexington. Sorry for his loss to Idaho State, outgained by the Idaho State Ians. I don't even know what their mascot is.
They're the Bobcats.
Go Bobcats.
Go Bobcats, as I've always said. Ugly game for the Fighting Dan Mullins. Ugly game in Ireland, Iowa State, and Kansas State.
Yeah.
But we're here. We're here, guys.
Oh. Quarterback's dad getting into a street fight in Dublin after? Did you see that?
With his son.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was a random fan and a dad.
Oh, no. I can see why you might have thought that, because his one son doesn't look much like his other son.
Yeah.
But yeah, a father-son fight in the Dublin part, and the Guinnesses were pouring. Guinness. Maybe it's probably the Jameson at that point.
Guinness tastes way better in Ireland than it does stateside. So
I'll take your word for it, man. I don't think I ever want to go to Ireland.
It was
raining,
bad.
man.
It was nice.
Nice.
It was nice. Yeah.
Wear rain jackets every day. Every time I ever see Ireland on TV, it's raining.
We were looking forward to it. We were looking forward to it on our honeymoon because we were leaving Croatia, and I was sunburnt. Croatia was just in the sun, water sports.
This is a very Harrison Sanchez type vacation that Nick's on.
Yeah. It was sponsored by Harrison. And then we went. It was our honeymoon. And then we went to Dublin, and it was 96 degrees with no rain. I was looking forward to some of the rain because I was sunburned. But Ireland was cool. Not for that family.
Not for that family.
I had a good time though.
All right.
Would you want Florida to do a trip like that?
No,
I'm cool.
I think I think Florida already gets a neutral site away game. I don't know if the atmosphere is necessarily what I envision as like a super enjoyable. I had friends of mine that went to Ireland last year for the FSU game. Obviously they lost, but I just think leading up to, I don't know, it could be, I guess, maybe a fun trip to go on, but the field usually looks bad. It's usually raining. It's usually an ugly football game. And I would rather play a game in the swamp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Jaguars and Dolphins fans have the opportunity every year to go watch a game over in Spain or Portugal or something else. So go do that. I want to play college football.
Wait,
In a
is that?
I don't even want to wake up at a weird time to watch it when my NFL team plays over there, bro. Like,
yeah.
I gotta wake up all extra early. I missed it because I was in church and forgot. I found out after press service that we lost. Like, that ain't good vibes.
You weren't praying hard enough.
Let me go to church first and enjoy my day, then watch my team lose, man.
What's happened since last week is, and we didn't get the chance to talk about it much yesterday. We talked about them adding 9 games to the SEC schedule next year, and then also having a Power 4 team on the schedule. Florida obviously already has that every year with Florida State, so I would not expect to add any more. We can talk a little bit about what your guys' thoughts are on cross division, or who the permanent rivals are going to be. But I'm more curious. Florida's got games against Colorado, Arizona State, a home and home with Notre Dame, a lot of bigger games in the future. Do you think that those games are likely to happen?
I think Notre Dame. I think you can keep Notre Dame. Notre Dame will be incentivized, I think, to keep that game. They're going to need, I know they're like tied in with the ACC, but they're going to need, if we're going to strength of schedule focus for the college football playoff, Notre Dame's playing Boston College in Maryland, or who's Notre Dame playing? You're playing the Service Academy. Like, they're going to need those games. I think it's a really cool trip for Florida fans to go up to South Bend. Notre Dame needs those games. I think in Arizona State, Colorado might be on the chopping block.
Yeah. 2028. Sorry to interrupt. It's Furman, Colorado, Arizona State, and Florida State. Obviously, that's too many games. Well, unless you have – no, that's too many games. Yes. So one of those is going to drop.
Does Billy drop his alma mater?
I'm thinking it's more likely you drop at Arizona State because Colorado's home.
Yep.
But I wouldn't be surprised if you drop both, right? I mean, there's not a lot after that anymore. I know Texas was in the cards before they joined the SEC, but you have Florida A&M, you have an at UCF. You probably have to follow through on that one, but maybe not. You have Notre Dame in 2022.
JB, can I get an explanation? Like, why are we grasping on the ASU game? I think Notre Dame makes sense. That's a huge marquee game. Florida already meets that requirement. They get FSU every year. I think it's sad. I think I wrote it at my former employer, like when we had the Miami game coming up. I was like, hey, this might be the last time we see Florida Miami this in 24-25. And now there's no incentive for Florida to add Miami. I don't know when the next time the two teams will play. It'll be a little bittersweet down in Miami Gardens, which is not Coral Gables, in a stadium that is away for both colleges at the end of September. But yeah, Notre Dame makes sense to me. Arizona State doesn't make a lot of sense. Colorado doesn't make a lot of sense. But yeah, it will be fun. I think 9 SEC games it will be fun.
Yeah.
Do you think they cancel Corey?
For sure. Like, it doesn't make sense to keep them, in my opinion. Like, nothing's set with any of these schedules. I think most of these games are going to be just like we just got LIU. It's going to be more LIUs, man.
Yeah.
I don't think the it doesn't make sense to add any more strength to your schedule, add more SEC conference games. Those 3 permanent teams most likely going to be Tennessee, Georgia, and then probably like South Carolina. And then you kind of like just mixing the other games up, I guess, year to year basis. But that extra game, it's more just internal beating up yourself in conference, right? Like that's why they're probably expanding the playoffs as well, because that's just more L's that's going to line up. Now you got to be able to squeeze more teams into that playoff scenario, which like they're going with top 16 next. So yeah, it's just nothing's in stone. Everything's fluid. So that's just the way I see all scheduling. Like I'm not caught up in any of it. It's just everything's fluid. I do want to keep the LSU game. Like that's one of the ones I would like to have permanent. I know that would make our 3 permanents like just murderer's row, but I love the LSU rivalry.
Well, I think we have to remember like college football is also cyclical. Like Alabama, I said it right when Nick Saban retired. Like Alabama fans are about to learn that it's not Alabama. It was Nick Saban, a generational lifetime coach, just tortured college football for 2 decades.
Yeah.
And it's not your brand. It's not your A with the mullet. It was an unbelievable coach. Like Urban Meyer terrorized a country for 6 years at Florida and then went and did it again at Ohio State. I
think that still remains to be seen with Bama though. I don't think they won 9 games last year in a regime change, and they're back to recruiting at right now this year like crazy. So it is a system to a certain degree. If he go and win big this year, like who knows? Bama could probably be sending. It could go from coach to coach, and because he's still around too. He's helping close with some of the recruits and whatnot. Still, he's still at some of the visits. Like
I need him to have a bigger role at ESPN. I need
the boy
him
needs
on
to
more things. I need him on more TV sets and less. I need him on more TV sets and less living rooms. Corey,
if they made the playoffs this year, like that machine is going to get crunk because like now you got the it's going back to rules, so it's not going to be the wild west like. And what Bama operated best as is playing below the belt a little bit. Yeah, like playing below the belt. So if there's more rules in place, that benefits Bama. Like in Georgia, to be honest with you, because they'll play below the belt and go to extra lengths to bend the rules a little bit. So more rules getting put into place. Like I don't think the Bama's infrastructure is going anywhere anytime soon.
We'll see the speed limit and under the belt.
For sure.
But anyway, college football is cyclical. Like Tennessee and Florida were number 1, number 2. That in September when we were growing up, that Phil Fulmer, Steve Spurrier matchup in September. Whoever won that's probably who was going to Atlanta. That's probably who's going to the SEC championship game. And then both schools kind of fall off. Georgia dipped down, then they come back up. College football is cyclical, so we can look at the schedules now and say that's a murderer's row. In 15 years, it might not be. Somebody might dip down. Somebody might come back up. But I just think if you're making puzzle pieces and you're trying to make it as fair as you can now, and to have LSU have to play Alabama, Georgia, Florida every year is crazy. They'll look to give LSU one of the lesser teams because college football is cyclical, but not for like Mississippi State. And not for Vanderbilt.
Correct. There are schools that it's going to do better for, but I do wonder in this day and age where things are going to be a little bit above board. And now all of a sudden you have a lot more players transferring, right? Like what we used to talk about, your Georgias, your Floridas back in the day, they were just really deep teams. It's really hard to have a really deep team now. You can recruit well, but you're going to have some gaps that maybe would not have existed the same way that they did before. And so you could be chugging along for 3 or 4 years and all of a sudden, bam, you're done, right? Like you might not be able to then win that next national championship, or all of a sudden your quarterback goes and you go from, a 12-win team to an 8-win team. And now all of a sudden, maybe some of the screws are a little loose, or maybe you're not able to retain that talent to get, those guys that are, your freshmen to sophomores and juniors and sticking around. So I do think the cyclical piece is true, but I also think the cyclical piece is going to happen a little bit more often. Because we also saw Alabama, who had still a top 5 roster in college football, lose to Vanderbilt. They lost to a bad Oklahoma team. You didn't see any dominant team last year. And I'd be curious to know what your guys' thoughts are. I don't know if we have a really dominant team this year, the same way we used to.
I don't know, man. I think some machines out there being made. I think Texas is on that type of watch. They have a very talented roster. They spend a lot of money annually. I don't think they're weak at a single position, to be honest with you. Like they're not talent void, and they got a bag. Like it's still everything's just fluid right now. But I think in every, in sports history, there's always a franchise or a team that goes on a run. It's gonna be a new team that builds a monster and go on a run in this era. And it's all fresh faces at the coaches' spots. So all of these coaches, you're reading, like the last dinosaur is Dabo. Everybody else is gone. From that has like national championships. You got Kirby, but he's a new guy.
You have what,
Kirby
3 guys that have won a national championship, Coach?
Yeah, that's it. And
Ryan Day, Dabo, and
correct. Dabo, Kirby,
and Ryan
Day.
Yeah.
Those are the 3. And so I think Sarkisian is a guy. Dan Lanning is a guy. All of these guys have the opportunity, I think, with like the resources they got behind them at Oregon. I think they're going to try to build a monster. I think Texas is going to try to build a monster. It's just all fluid now, but there's going to be some teams, those top 3 or 4 that just compete every year for a national championship. I don't think it's going to be random teams that just pop into the mix. I think it's still going to be like old football.
I don't know if there's going to be a bunch of new random teams. I do think that there's going to be a little bit more parity about who those teams are.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know when you talk about programs or if you talk about like dynasties, I think it's very possible. Obviously, there's still some teams that recruit very, very well. Now, Clemson's dipping into the transfer portal a little bit. They were really like the last school that didn't or that wasn't in the transfer portal. I'm just curious to see, do we have that undefeated team anymore? It's very, very hard to win.
The schedule's too tough
16 games, right?
Yeah, that's just gone. Yeah, nobody's going undefeated. I don't think nobody's going undefeated again. Like maybe if a lot of things change with how many conference games we have, because we're not the only one increasing those games. The Big Ten is doing the same as well. And then you got the conference championship. It's just too many games. You're better off losing one early. Like if you're undefeated all the way and hit the playoffs, like you may be just got that pressure on you a little bit too much. Like Ohio State lost one last year, and that was probably good for them, to be able to recalibrate, fix some things, readjust, and then make a run. But yeah, I think the days of those undefeated season, that type of domination is definitely done. I'm with you on that.
Definitely would be interesting to see. A lot happening, a lot of excitement. I know Urban last week talked about him really thinking the Big Ten and the SEC splitting off and doing their own thing in the next few years. I could absolutely see that. I'll be curious to see what happens to college football in general there. But let's talk a little bit about this game against LIU. Before we do that, let's give a quick shout out to our friends over at Game Time Sidekicks. If you're looking for a really cool cup like this, we show them each and every week. It's going to keep your hot drinks hot and your cold drinks cold. Go visit GameTimeSidekicks.com. A ton of great products out there. You can use promo code Stadium15 to get 15% off of your order. So go visit GameTimeSidekicks.com. Use promo code Stadium15. A lot of different. They've got the protein bottle shakers. They've got smaller cups like this one. They've got the larger 32 ounce, I believe is their size. They've got some smaller ones. So go check that out for football season. Great way to tailgate and keep your drinks cold. All right, guys, the Gators are going to play LIU on Saturday, a team that probably would never otherwise play in the swamp if it wasn't for for Florida A&M, FAMU rescheduling a few years ago. But LIU, a roster of 60, not a lot of players on the team that are
more than 60. They have more than 60. There's a lot of guys on the roster who don't have a number. If you go to their roster page, there's just a bunch of guys like Jaden Sable, freshman, wide receiver, 5'11", from Brooklyn, New York, Williamsburg Prep. No number. I would assume if you were active and eligible on Monday of game week, you would have a number on the roster page. I don't know.
They have one player that is 6'5". They've got two players that are 6'4".
No, they've got some 6'7". There's I went through this because I was looking.
Where?
I can be
I'm on their official roster right now. You might have seen somebody that was 5'7".
5.
There is nobody on their roster taller than
6'7". Desmond Battle, redshirt freshman from Kingston, PA, Wyoming Seminary School. Jaron Kelly, tight end, 6'7".
Where are you? I am on their CBS
LIUathletics.com.
Oh, well, I'll be the first person to visit that website today. All right.
Second, I'm on it right now.
Todd Bowles Jr. is there. So, okay. They have, okay. So they've got one.
There's more than 100 guys on LIU's team according to their official roster.
Okay.
I had been running around with the 16 number. That was me being fake news. I had heard it somewhere and I parroted it. I'm like, it's like Facebook Nick. I was Facebook Nick. I just read about.
I can't trust you.
No.
Hey, Rob said he'll stand us up, man.
But
no show to the game, fam.
Yeah. The picture, their team picture, nothing really against them. Look, I think Florida has as many staffers as LIU has in their picture.
Yeah, interesting matchup, but I just take this team seriously, man. I don't need nothing goofy. Like I don't care how goofy they look. They need to come in the building with a serious attitude to smash these little nerds or whatever they may be. You know, like they gotta still come in and take care of business, bruh. You know, not go 3 and out, not make it sloppy. You know, competing for positions and all of that, bruh. I don't want them to take any team lightly, you know.
I will say they have great uniforms.
That's debatable.
Post the picture. They kind of give me like LA Charger vibes, like the old school Chargers, the powder blues with gold.
Color scheme there, but it just don't really slap the same. It ain't just. It's like great value Chargers. I don't know if it's the fabric, the font. I don't know what it is, but they blue and yellow don't hit quite the same, my boy.
Hong Kong Andy did not make the uniforms. These are not Hong Kong Andy fabrics.
No, this is JC Penney.
Yeah,
Panay, off the rack.
JC Panay. Yeah, no, they were tailored.
Nah, that's off the rack. They got those at Marshall's at a discount.
Oh no. I am pulling this up. So my guy Isaac did do a little story about them. But yeah, like let's like what you said. There's some things to go about. I know Billy Napier and the coaching staff doesn't want it to be, make this like a David versus Goliath, but like sort of.
Yeah. Can't drink the Kool-Aid, man.
Names. There's Ethan Greenwood, redshirt junior quarterback, ranked 3rd in the NEC. Could not tell you what the NEC is. Northeastern Conference? I don't know. Led all quarterbacks with 913 rushing yards, 76 per game. Both ranked him in the top 50 in FCS last year. Threw for 921 yards, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He also caught 2 touchdowns. Sneaky, Ethan. Wide receiver Corey Nichols. 1 hour, Corey, not stealing your whole swag. Appeared in all 12 games as a freshman, caught 21 passes, a touchdown. They have an edge rusher, DQ Watkins, started every game, earned second team all conference, had 41 tackles, 22 assisted, 19 solo, 8.5 for loss, 12th in whatever the NEC is, and 5.5 sacks, 5th in whatever the NEC is. Forced fumble. Isaac also wrote that they will reportedly make $525,000 from playing Florida, which will along 525.
Oh, that ain't enough, bro. Like
they went 4-8 last year.
Like fighting Tyson.
4-8 last year.
Fighting Tyson his prime for $500K. Would you do that?
No. Here's my. Whenever we have this, maybe if he covers my mouth is going to be broke. My jaw is going to be broken. But like $500,000 for a broken jaw? I'll be sipping like a very expensive smoothie for 6
People
months.
die in that rain, bro.
Just one punch. I'm not taking more than one. Like one punch and it's over.
Okay. I got you. My bad, Dan. I didn't mean to cut you off, man.
No, you're good. Were you guys talking about Hong Kong Andy? I overheard that.
Yeah. Corey was questioning the fabric that LIU's uniforms are made out of, and I said,
Well, he said it looked like the Chargers, right? And I was like, same color, but something's missing. Like, and he said, like, I said that was like off the shelf, and he's like, yeah, that's not from Hong Kong, Andy. Yeah. Correct. Yeah, it's something missing. And they are sponsored by Russell, so that could be it.
Yeah, I've got a question. I almost feel bad for these kids, not just playing Florida, but just in general. This is just a different class of football.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't feel bad.
Like, they should have gotten more from what's about to happen.
No. I think they should have gotten more money. And like, if I'm their coach, I don't know if I want to play my best players.
Why would you do that?
Because I honestly think that you're just talking about two different games of football here. Florida has not played a team that is this. They are bad. They went 4-8 in whatever NEC is.
Yo, I don't care. That's their problem then.
My brothers in Christ.
Put hands and feet on these folks, man.
St. Francis University. They lost to Duquesne. They lost to Villanova. They lost to Rhode Island. They lost to Lehigh. They lost to the University of Albany.
Burrito might go for 100.
Oh, whoa. Hold on. The University of Albany. I think I know who they are.
He said, why did FAMU cancel?
Yeah, I've seen Albany. I've seen you, Albany. The Great Danes.
Yeah.
Story program.
Getting the brakes beat off of them for $500,000 ain't worth it. That's why FAMU canceled.
But like, hey, this is like, if you don't die, cool opportunity for somebody at Long Island.
Oh, for sure. Those
under the lights.
Sure. Yeah.
As long, except for that little 5'10" gunner who I said is going to have to line up, be so excited, jog out there, shirt, maybe
big lights, man. A lot of fans. 90,000.
Looking like the little Giants, the kid that has like the specs under his helmet and the helmet's too big and the pads are too big. You run out there and it's Aaron Childs, George Gums, Tyreek Sapp. And you're like, Mom was right. Should have played tennis. This is stupid. What am I doing here?
Man. In their locker room right now, Nick, though, they think they got a chance, man. I just know how athletes think. So, like, they think out there in Long Island that there's a puncher's chance. It's like the guy that gets in the ring with Tyson. He's collecting that $500,000, but in his training, throughout that training, he's convinced himself that it's not just a payday anymore, and that they actually got a chance to win this fight.
I don't know that we've gotten to that point. I don't know if they will get to that point, to be honest. I don't know that you should. You know, there's if you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. But like, there's a certain level. It's like, hey man, let's go get some cool pictures in a great stadium, and let's get out healthy.
That's what I mean. I don't know if they can. You're talking completely different.
Buddy, if they win, we're going to be on the craziest LIU.
Oh my God, this is hilarious.
Could you imagine the one person media team at LIU trying to find like all the takes if they pull off an upset?
Dude, if they pull off an upset,
just link to the show.
Over. I'm done. I'm taking the year off. I got free time.
It'll be tough to raise money.
Oh my God, man.
Nick, your job's gone. If Florida loses to LIU, you're
for sure. Shut down everything.
This podcast is done.
Yeah, for sure.
Dr. Landry will be like, it's time. We're shutting it down.
There's better shit to do than cover Florida football if we lose to this outfit. Excuse my language.
I'll still have a job. We'll still have to make money and raise money for basketball, I think.
Well, y'all gonna be like the Water Boys in Atlanta with the signs trying to get money if we lose this game.
Not much to say. Dan's got groceries being delivered at
an
astronomical rate.
I'm living right now. I mean, getting groceries, getting delivered is not a bad thing, but I was like, I would like you to drop them off between 10 and 11. And they're like, we're here early. I'm like, this is a massive inconvenience for me and why I picked the time.
Oh, no. Oh, Dan. What an
2025
inconvenience
problems,
to have
man.
my groceries being shopped for and delivered to my
Nick,
door.
we don't, we stop putting my business out there. First Corey, now you. I want people to know I live this calm, peaceful lifestyle.
Oh,
If you
my
wanted
God.
to know, his mother's maiden name is the last four of his social are first pet. Dan, do you have a first pet? Any other security questions I can give?
No, I appreciate that. All right, let's see here. They had one game broadcast on ESPN Plus last year, not even on the real TV. So this is a very, very bad football team.
This one's gonna be on First 48.
I appreciate them taking this whooping. 525. I've seen Florida pay FCS programs, even lower level FBS programs, more than that. So maybe Scott Strickland is a hell of a bargainer.
Yeah, Scott found a punching bag.
Yeah,
perfect punching bag. Is there any threat on this team? Like, you guys, there's not a single threat. No, I didn't bother to go look.
Threat is that I hope that they are able to have a successful season after this game.
Yo, this is crazy funny, man.
No, like I mean, this is why we're not doing game day eve this week, right? We were texting about. I'm like, oh, I can't. What are we going to put the over under on? Passing yards 400, rushing yards.
Yeah, let's do some of that talk though. Like give me your, because a lot of players are going to play. So give me a player that just goes crazy and has fans, saying, hey, we got to give him more tick, even though we're playing a punching bag. Spirito? Oh, no, that's never going to happen.
I got one.
I'm kidding.
So it can't be like a VB3 because that's someone that the fans.
But it could be a Nashon Montgomery.
I'm going to go with Moise Tankara, the forgotten receiver of the four. Number 14 in your playbook, number 14 in your depth chart roster.
But number one in our hearts.
Number one right here, right there. I think he's somebody who could have a big game because there's guys who are hurt, not injured, hurt, who will either not play or will be limited, held back so that they can be healthy. And I think I've seen that through fall camp. And Moise, the more opportunity he gets, the more he plays. The more he plays, the quicker or the things are slowing down for him. I think he's somebody who could make an impact Saturday.
I envision this game to be very much like game 2 of the NFL preseason. You're going to get a couple snaps by your ones. You're going to get a handful of snaps by your twos. And you're going to
Jackson Wade.
You're going to have a quarter of your threes, or at least that's what I'm hoping. Now, I think that there's things that they have to work out. You're still playing against a different team that has scouted you. So there's going to be things to work on. And then you have USF, which I know a lot of people write off USF as just this like easy win. I don't think USF is bad. I mean, they're going to have a good quarterback. He's going to, make you make decisions, running the ball. So I want to be able to be prepared there, but I would also like this game to be over in about 7 plays.
I just don't think you can. Even if you're handing the ball off a lot, which I expect, if you go down and you march and you score, and then you're really just shutting this team out, they don't cross the 50, and there's that type of vibe. But I've just been a Gator fan. I've seen some funky game ones, man, where the teams are a little clunky, and maybe you make simple mistakes with penalties that first drive you got to punt, right? And then even if you go get a 3 and out, whatever it may be, a player fumble, like they could drop the ball. Anything can happen where the first drive just may not go successful, right? I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that's a possibility. And if you punt the ball, even if you make them go 3 and out, now you're back to a second drive. And if you score that drive, you still got to come out with the starters another drive. I just don't think it's going to be that quick. You still want to get some type of reps with your ones because DJ did sit out the entire spring and the entire camp. So I think we're going to be very run heavy, hand the ball off a lot, and I think we can just run down this team's throat. We should be able to play at will and protect him, but I think he get at least the full first quarter for sure.
If they aren't destroying this team, then if I'm Billy Napier, I'm maybe burying my head in the sand like an aardvark after a little while. You know what I mean? This crap. If you are not up against LIU 28-35 to nothing at halftime.
35 is okay. I thought you were gonna say first quarter. I'm like 35 is a lot in a quarter.
Guys, they were 4-8 in a division that you just learned about today.
That's the Northeastern Conference.
Did they hit Porter hard? We don't know what their roster really is.
The roster is portal heavy. Ton of portal guys.
No,
here's another thing too.
It's also portaling down. It's portaling down.
I don't think so, Nick. I think most of these guys are high school kids.
No.
If they're really Bishop Sycamore, they may have like some 6'8", 400-pound offensive tackle from Germany that we've never seen before, right? No?
I mean, Will Lynch, punter from Australia.
I knew it, dude. I'm literally on it right now. Somerset College. I'm like, Nick's gonna find this guy because there's some sort of boner that he gets about an Australian special teams player.
Whoa, it's a children's show, Dan.
It is a family show. It is a family show.
Crazy that Dan is talking like that.
Who's your player, Dan? Who you got?
Nation Montgomery.
You said Nation. Okay,
yeah, okay. I am going to beat his drum all season. I think. I said beat his drum, Nick. You just made me lose my train of thought. So I'm going to go Nation Montgomery. And then, so that's who I have as my wide receiver. I want to do like KD Daniels. I hope he gets a really good opportunity this game, but I also wouldn't be surprised if you saw like a Duke Clark or somebody like that get to play. You can play I
like Duke Clark.
Your freshman, for 4 games before you have to redshirt. So this is a good opportunity for them to get some snaps and to get the opportunity to play in the swamp because they may not get that opportunity again this year. And for some of them, as sad as it might be their only time to ever play in the swamp.
For sure. Mark me down for Amir Jackson.
Oh, okay.
I like that. I want to see the tight ends, that position kind of evolve a little bit. Billy's been bringing him up a lot with when he speaks of players developing. I think this is a good opportunity for a guy like him. I want to see him be good because I think he has the highest ceiling in the tight end room. So I want to see him show some sparks this game. And I think, it's opportunity for the quarterbacks like Aiden Warner, Tramel, those guys like outlets that are easy to hit. And I think, if he's playing with those guys when they're in, it could be some chemistry there. So mark me down for Amir.
What do you think, Nick? Yours is Muiz?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you guys think they do quarterback rotation? So right now we know DJ Lagway's a starter. That got announced today. Breaking news.
Shocking.
All caps. Breaking.
We've got Aiden Warner backup. And then we think there's no depth chart. We'll get a depth chart on Thursday. So
no depth charts.
Oh, no doubt. Oh, that's right. They don't have to until SEC play. So
not even a depth chart. That's just the availability report. I don't think Florida's going to release a depth chart all year. I think just the availability reports.
Why have fun? So we probably have Aiden Warner at the 2.
Yeah, I think so. That honestly, that's still going on. I don't know who. It might be Aiden. I think like if Dan gets his, I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop doing that. If DJ were to go down, like long term, I don't know who they would turn to first, but it would also be like quick leash. Like, hey, it's not working out. Go to the next guy. And I think Florida, at some point it could be Tramel.
I would imagine that Florida has 2 different scenarios. One, somebody that needs to go in right away, and then somebody that they can plan, right? And I think that Aiden Warner is probably your first guy, regardless of talent, because he's played and he's been in the program the longest out of them. That, hey, if we have a helmet fall off or, we have a pad that's messed up and we need to come off, Aiden Warner's going to be your guy. Or you get dinged up. We don't know how bad it is. I think it's going to be Aiden Warner. Something happens and then you have a week to prepare. I think that there could be something different or even a combination of things.
I like that.
because I do want to see Tramel Jones play, and I think that you have an opportunity to have Tramel play in this game. I think you have an opportunity for Aiden Warner to play in this game.
I think you should.
Yeah, I think absolutely. And I also wouldn't be surprised if Harrison Bailey played in this game. But I think that Florida needs to hedge their bets with Aiden Warner and Tramel Jones before Harrison Bailey, in my opinion. Harrison Bailey's going to come here as a freshman, but he chose not to.
I don't know that Tramel's ready to be number 2 right now. But based on how I've seen him progress and how the reps and what he's being asked to do, watching the scrimmages, I wouldn't be surprised if he's the number 2 at some point. Like Aiden Warner this time last year was QB4. And then by the time that DJ got hurt, he was the number 3. And then you had Graham, DJ hurt, and now you're on Aiden Warner. So like I can see Tramel rising up the depth chart. And then also if you were at a point where, after the Georgia game and like, hey, DJ gets hurt in the Georgia game and the season is whatever it is at that point, like I could see Tramel getting the nod at that point. But right now, I think he would be 4 behind them.
Yeah, I mean that's been like I just think continuity with the offense and keeping things chemistry wise and just with the players, you just got to make that next step, bruh. Like I don't see putting Harrison Bailey or even Aiden, there's no shot at him. But the offense, in my opinion, takes a step back. And we just speaking hypothetically, for QB too. Mm-hmm. But I think it's an opportunity for all those guys to play, and I think the competition for QB2 still should be open in a game like this. Like it's an opportunity for them to just go out and just showcase themselves versus an inferior opponent, right? Mm-hmm. So I want to see what Tramel does this game. I got my eye on him for QB2. I think he's a very smart kid. I think he's more of a gamer than he is a practice player type vibe. So I want to see what he do in this environment.
On defense, kind of the same questions. What guys want to see stand out?
Man, I mean everybody, right? It's just so many players on this team that I just want to see them come out and dominate and not even let this team cross the 50. Like really come out, control the line of scrimmage. I know a lot of these teams that when they go and play a big dog, they like to do a lot of quick plays and a lot of trick plays. So just disciplined football, come in and look like a dominant SEC defense and get out the way and let the young boys come in and get some reps. I think some of the young guys that I want to see play and I think, need this game just for reps is Drake Stubbs and Lagunza. Those two guys that have a very high ceiling at the safety spot, but also we don't have a lot of depth there. When we get past those first 2 guys, it gets a little shaky. So getting them in to get reps versus a team they shouldn't get burnt deep on, a team that they shouldn't have a problem, athletically being just superior athletes and just getting reps. So that's those 2 guys who I'm looking for on the defensive end, just get a lot of reps and get as many as they can. Don't sit them boys. Let them play every rep they can.
A quick super chat, 4 QBs, 4 quarters. So long as we're up. North Florida Cowboy, appreciate the super chat. If we are not up, we're back to the hot board.
Yeah, any quarter.
If at the end of any quarter, Florida's not up, it's hot board.
If we're down at any point in the game, I don't care if it's 3-0 because they got the ball first. Hey, well, red flag.
Nick, who you looking forward to on defense? Like who do you want?
I like Silks. I really like Drake Stubbs. I really like Shady, Lagonza Hayward. Ben Hanks is another young one I want to see. Jaden Woods. I think Jalen Wiggins. Jalen Wiggins is like running with like 3s and 4s. But this is a game for 3s and 4s. Jeremiah McLeod, another Jeremiah McLeod's a freshman. Yeah, Joseph Mbachu's a freshman. I want to see those because like you get 4 free games and a bowl game, and you can maintain a red shirt. These first 2 games, I think, are games I want to see a lot of those freshmen getting experience, get your ears wet, really feel like I know it's LIU. I know Florida announced a sellout, and sometimes a lot of times we laugh about what sellouts are. You sold all the tickets, but how many butts are in seats? But I think there's still a lot of excitement around this team, around DJ Lagway, around where the program is, and around the potential of this season. So I think it'll be an awesome environment. But yeah, I want to see the freshmen and redshirt freshmen, sophomores. I want to see them.
Yeah. I like Jaden Woods. I'd love to see maybe a Joseph Mbachu, somebody where Florida's a little thin, right? Or you guys mentioned at safety, obviously Drake Stubbs, Laganza Hayward, guys that we're looking forward to seeing and how they step up. Aaron Gates is another guy. I think he's going to get a lot of playing time, and I think he was Florida's best DB towards the end of the season last year. And then, I think, despite it being LIU, it's going to be Miles Graham, first game, kind of calling that defense, right? So how is he reacting? What kind of adjustments are they making at the line of scrimmage? They're still going to be making changes. You still have to identify things. You still had to watch their tape. So, him getting that learning opportunity, I think is going to be important as well.
Another guy I want to see just knock some rust off is Jamari Lyons. Like just go out there and just bully some people, and do your thing in the trenches. So I'm interested to see him take the field again as well, because we kind of forgot about him. Like, he was coming on towards the end of that last season, spit in the guy's face in Florida State, but just a nasty, defensive tackle. And if he returns to old form, I think it's going to be a real problem with him and Banks beside each other for sure. So I'm watching him as well.
I mean, I think we had all thought before he got injured, before it started last year, Jamari Lyons was going to be the better of the two.
Yeah, for sure.
And that gave Banks an opportunity to step up, and now you had the both of them. I mean, I know the depth is a concern that we have, right? And productivity at depth there, not just bodies. But I truly do think that front four, if they all return back to what we saw at the end of last year, I mean, that's an elite defensive line right there. And you have some pieces that you can plug and play in and out. Ty Jackson, a good example. He is an opportunity. And Billy Napier is super high on him. We mentioned it yesterday. Billy Napier said that's the best high school tape he's ever watched.
You can play football. You just got to talk. You got to talk. That's the spot where you got to communicate. And he's just a quiet kid. Like, we hung out with him for 2 hours at our media day event. Just, yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yeah, I like this kid already. So my type of linebacker.
But you got to talk. You got to talk at linebacker.
So you're killer. You just see ball, get ball, bro.
You have to talk to your teammates. They're trying to drag that out of him and impress that upon him. But as a football player, really impressive. Really impressive linebacker. That's one thing about the linebacker room. The linebacker room can hit. They can tackle. Enjoy violence.
They're fast. They're speedy. They got size.
And then those two safeties, the two freshman safeties, like, they also enjoy violence.
Yeah. And I mean, your defensive linemen are just menaces out there. Meni.
Florida defense enjoys violence.
Man, we've been gushing all offseason, bro. If they go out here and lay an egg, oh my God. The fans are going to be reckless, because every platform we've all been just gushing. So, like, there's no pressure.
Gators defense. The next place Trump sends the National Guard. Too much violence.
There's too much violence, man. There's too much violence, brother. No,
send the National Guard, man. Boys.
Just get out injury free. Most importantly, man. That's
just
so
the most
many
important
players,
thing
bro.
that I care about for our team and for LIU.
Give me how many points you think we scored, Dan?
59. 59-0. How do we get 59? I don't know. Maybe
scoring one more than 58. That's how.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's just 7 touchdowns and or 8 touchdowns in a field goal. I'd like to see Trey Smack get one. I'd like to set the record, the college football record this year. If he could do that, I think this would be a good team, to line up towards the end of the game.
Yeah, just kick it like an 80-yarder type shit.
You just try, right? It's like what you used to do in Madden back in the day. The score is like 122-0. You line up for a 79-yard field goal. You're like, well, I hope.
Well, it's like Billy Napier has not shown. He doesn't seem to be like Spurrier, which we're like, well, listen, I'm going to throw the ball 48 yards in the air with my third team when the score is 56-0. I don't think he's that, but like,
I don't think
because
this team.
I was getting there, Dan. I'm saying, but like, even trying just to run the ball out, run the clock out, you could just like accidentally score 56.
Run the clock like Pop Warner.
I think you have the opportunity. You can't you?
We looked it up today. It's only happened in Florida history one time.
I would never run the clock. I would score.
The coaches can have a running clock. If you agree at halftime, you can do a running clock in the second half.
No, this is not Pop Warner, bro. Stop me. I'm calling timeouts and all. What? this is real practice, bro. Yeah, timeout. Hold on. Like, this is a delay of game about to happen. We're up 48-0. Hey, yo.
Commit some penalties just so you can put yourself in certain.
Yeah, real practice.
Get yourself an opportunity to run a certain type of play.
I may even, that's an opportunity to just give a lineman a carry. Like, let's get ridiculous, man. Like, why not? Like, we're here to compete, bro. I think this team need reps. So, like, I know you're saying Billy don't want to blow teams out, but like these teams, we need reps. Like our QB2 need practice. These freshman receivers, some that aren't getting playing time, like TJ Abrams is probably not going to play a lot this season, but he's talented. So that's an opportunity for him to run a streak. Like, let's get that kid in the end zone. He here, orange and blue. We got some ugly blue and yellow stuff on the other sideline that can't really guard anybody. Let's go deep, TJ. Let's go deep, Tramel.
I'm not here for your slander.
Burrito run a go route. Like, why not, man?
Wait, Spirito.
The largest
calling him burrito.
The largest win in Florida Gators history was September 10th, 1994, 73-7 against Kentucky.
Oh,
most points and the largest margin of victory. I don't think Florida scores more than 73. I think it's it's
Spurrier raised me, bro. Spurrier raised me.
Sure would be nice.
Give me 80 points.
I would love
that'd be a fire shirt. Spurrier raised me.
For sure. Spurrier raised me, bro. I need 50, 60, 70 points on this team, bro. I miss those Saturdays, dog. What?
If you walk out of this game like 31-0, I know it's a victory, and I know everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, it's just LIU."
No, I'm mad.
But just like do something for the fans. Like just run up this. You don't have to run it up egregiously, but just go out there and excite the fan base.
Yeah.
Keep the momentum going. At least that's what I think.
For sure.
How I think we're running out of steam talking about LIU.
I'm enjoying this, man.
We're not talking about LIU. We're just talking about the game.
But first off, the slander on it's a great color scheme. Powder blue and gold, yellow, whatever they're calling. It's a great color scheme.
I like the blue and yellow, bro. Like my grandfather's from the Bahamas, bro. It gives that vibe, bro. To be honest with you, I don't. It's just the fabric. Something about that uniform. It ain't really hitting, dog.
Reminds me a lot more of Coral Springs Charter School than it does Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah, for sure.
Los Coral Springs Charter.
Yeah, that powder blue in LA just powdering a little bit better.
Do you think they chose powder blue? Because never mind. Never mind.
Wholesome Dan.
Yeah, now I gotta bring it up.
Your in-laws are watching, bro. What are you doing?
What is so I had a very busy day. What happened with FSU today? If you guys can fill me in.
Oh, they just realized their roster stinks. That's all.
We got a Coral Springs Charter.
They put the roster on paper and they was just like, "This is our team."
Had they been talking lies? Like that? Have they been like looking forward to the Bama game?
No. I think everybody gets into this thing where you're like, all right, well, the season's here. We're ready to go. And then you look at the roster, and I saw the quote tweets are like, when did we get this bad? I'm like, oh, this is great. 16 of their 22 starters on offensive defense are transfers. You just look and you're like, I don't even remember who that guy was, because like you used to look at depth charts.
You're 6 for Norvell?
Yeah.
Literally, that's all that happened. They just saw their team on paper, and everybody started having meltdowns.
Bro,
there's a walk-on that jumped a 4-star. There's a true freshman starting at wide receiver that wasn't like a Percy Harvin type, Their entire
to buy him out of his contract.
Classes, they've got 2 starters, Nick, of the class of 2023. The other half's like gone, and they got like 5 depth people. Like, that's it.
And you need like Jesus Christ, gold, frankincense, and myrrh to buy him out of the contract.
Yes.
Good. Very good. Glad to hear about the school out west.
Hey, Junior, we understand what you're saying, Junior. Like we want our team to be disciplined. We want them to go do all the right stuff. But if they don't, then we got bigger problems. Is what we're saying, Junior. We want our team to do all of that as well, brother. We're not. Yeah. Like they need to go. If they're not ready for this game, we got bigger problems. If they don't come out and beat the snot out of this team, then we got bigger problems than the misdirection, my boy.
Yeah, but like
programs in a misdirection.
What is like? Do they have a depth chart? Can we do this?
No, so I found a couple of depth charts from last year.
Okay. What's the offensive line's weight?
I didn't do the math.
For LIU, I can look.
A lot of the guys have graduated that started last year. I just found the Albany one. I'm not gonna.
They don't even have the height and weight listed correctly.
No, like their depth chart just listed. It looks like it was created in clip art. It looks like they just went into Canva and just typed everybody's name. It's not like
really a Pop Warner team, bro. We deal with this at the park.
Yeah, I don't even.
This might be a team that has a couple guys that show up on the roster on Saturday that weren't there before.
For sure, they just signed up in a row.
No way.
The parents didn't sign the permission slip. A couple guys might not be there.
If they beat us if they got misdirections that confuse my team, my linebackers, I gotta fire somebody. If this team got trick plays that trick my linebackers who are elite specimens, if they get tricked by, an old-fashioned counter,
an old-fashioned rope a dope, fumble Ruski, annexation of Puerto Rico.
The annexation of Puerto Rico.
You got Becky out there.
We got real problems, man.
All right. That's facts. All right. I don't think Icebox is coming out of Long Island's locker room.
Yeah, absolutely bonkers. This show's off the rails. I don't really know what else to talk about. Let's do this because we're not going to do the show Friday. One quick ad read for our friends over at Home Field Apparel. Go visit homefieldapparel.com. Use promo code Stadium and Gale at checkout. You get 20% off of your order. A bunch of different shirts for the Florida Gators. They've got hats, they've got jackets, they've got baseball stuff. All in all, go check them out. Homefieldapparel.com. Stadium and Gale is the promo code for you. You guys have represented us well. Continue to buy there. I think we talked a little bit about this over the last couple of weeks, but let's get this down on paper. Outside of DJ Lagway, we talked about this yesterday. We're going to do it again, but we're going to add some caveats. Outside of DJ Lagway, who is your offensive player of the year? Nick. Oh, before they do have a player named Fire Quick on their team.
Yeah, just an elite name, man. I appreciate that name. Shout out to them parents.
I'm gonna go with Jaden Jackson because I'm gonna go with a prediction that I think Florida gets 2,000-yard backs.
That's a bold take.
That's a bold take. That's a big take. I bent the rules to make a very bold take, Dan.
They had a 1,000-yard rusher in Kelvin Taylor, correct?
Just one.
Kelvin Taylor's the last 1,000.
The last one.
Kelvin Taylor's the last 1,000-yard carrier.
Now we're gonna get two.
Now we're gonna get two.
Yep. Bold take.
That's an exceptionally bold take. I love it. I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, unless I got an idea. 300 yards each to start the year.
Yeah, versus LIU. They're gonna get like 500 apiece tomorrow. I mean Saturday.
Yeah. I'm
Nick,
gonna
that's
need
an
4
insane
of the,
take.
Yeah. I've always been positive. You've been negative this entire time.
No, you like jumped the metaphorical LIU shark here. You've gone from like, this is never going to happen to all of a sudden now Florida's going to have.
I think
you think
DJ
Lagway is going to be in the Heisman Trophy race too?
If he, maybe 3,000-yard carriers, that DJ 1,000 on the ground,
off the bets, boys. Nick has Florida
my
winning
God, this guy is really playing Madden.
You know, actually, maybe it might be. We'll be close to 2,000 from JB and.
Who's the last college team to do that? Let alone Florida.
Probably Army.
I think maybe Arkansas.
Yeah, that's not a bold. That's a terrible take, Nick. Now in hindsight, now that we processed it, I think it's a terrible take.
When I've become the beacon of positivity on Stadium and Gale, you guys have taken a U-turn.
Yeah, but we got to be a credible and a legit outfit, bro. Like we can't just be yelling out.
All right, I'm gonna go with 2,000 combined. 2,000 rushing yards combined from the two of them. Maybe not 1,000 each. Might be 1,200, 800.
UNC did it in 2024. Michael Carter and Javonte Williams. They did it in 2022, and then you have to go back to 2008, the Nevada Wolfpack.
Okay, so
Colin Kaepernick was part of it. But it's ChatGPT. It could be wrong, just like they were wrong about Florida's biggest win. They did beat Central Michigan 82-6 in 1997. We appreciate live fact checks. Normally they're about Nick, but
82-6. I love that, bro. I watched that one. All 82 of them joints, man. As a kid, just happy in my living room, dog. Like, yeah.
I'll take the
big dogs.
79.
Give me play MVP of the offense. That's not DJ Lagway. Give me Baby Percy, man. Eugene Wilson. I think he's at that position where I don't think he's at the position where Pearsall and Kim DK8. So yeah, give me EW3. I think he goes brazy. Everybody's, J Mike, love it. Dallas Wilson, love it. VB3, love it. They forgetting. In the words of Roy Jones, y'all must have forgot.
Who they forget?
Eugene Wilson.
I'm going to go Jacoby Jackson. I'm going Jacoby Jackson.
That's been you consistent there, bro.
Yeah, no, I think Jacoby Jackson is going to be. I think both are very talented, but there's just something about in his money year. I think Jacoby Jackson steps up this year.
You got him for a band, then, Dan?
Got him for a van.
Band.
Oh, a band. Bando? No. No, I think it's going to be tough. 1,000 yards is a lot, right? And I don't expect him to get 60% of the carry, 70% of the carry. I expect it to be somewhere like
21 taking some carries.
35, right? Kanan Daniels is going to get the ball. Trey Webb, I think, might get the ball. Duke Clark could get the ball. One of the freshmen. I believe, though, that Jacoby Jackson is your leading rusher. And
1,000 yards is 77 a game if you're playing 13, which is just a bowl game. If you get 14 SEC in a bowl game, it's lower than that.
I mean, I think it's hard to prognosticate into the future that much. I mean, when you think about 12 games, 77 is – I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're splitting carries that much, I mean, you can have a 50-yard game in there. Maybe Jaden Ball one day is toting the rock well, but if we all think that DJ Lagway is going to be passing the ball a lot through the air, then I don't know how plentiful that number of yards is going to be either.
I still think it's going to be a run-first team. Like, you have an offensive line that is better run blocking than pass blocking. You've got a running back room that's 4 or 5 deep. You've got a quarterback who can hit deep passes, but do you want him running? I think you want him to run enough that he's also not like a run-first quarterback. Like, we're not looking at shoot, I'm blanking on his name. Marcel Reed is that his name? The Texas A&M quarterback. we're not looking at him. I think DJ helps the running game because the threat of him being mobile is there. I think he's going to pass. I still think it'll be close to 50-50 split. I would not be surprised if Florida is 58% run to 42% pass.
That's fine, but that's number of plays, right? I mean, if we think that DJ Lagway is going to air the ball out more than Graham Mertz and other quarterbacks in recent memory, then you're also going to eat up chunks of yards. I mean, we saw him go deep to Aiden Mizell over Georgia. We've seen him go deep to other players, right? And if we think that Florida has what they have, I mean, this is the first time, Kyle Trask could do it, but this is the first time Florida's had a quarterback that can air the ball like this in a very long time. And if you can eat up 55 yards on one play, and then you can run in, and if it's a 7-2 rush to pass, but you got 55 yards in one pass, then yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be an imbalanced offense. So defense, Corey, we'll start with you.
Our defensive MVP. I spoke about it yesterday on the panel, but Caleb Banks, I think he makes everything kind of go. When he got hot last year, the defense kind of got hot. And it's an old football moniker. It starts in the trenches, So I think it starts with him with, collapsing the pocket. Other guys will be able to eat. Linebackers will fill in. But if Caleb Banks having a bad year, we're having a bad year for sure. So I think it's got to run through him. And I think the defense is going to have a good year. And I think it's going to be because of him, anchoring things down in the middle.
Okay. Nick?
I'm going to stand on business. That was sign language for everyone watching YouTube. I said George Gumbs breaking the sack record, so I can't back off that. George Gumbs, my defensive MVP.
Nick said that George Gumbs was going to have 15 sacks this season.
No, I said more.
More than 15.
Break the record. I think the record's 13.5.
Somebody said, will he have 15? And you said yes.
No, I said you break the record. Which
they asked for Snap get it, and you said if anybody could get it, will be George Gumbs.
The record?
Yeah.
Yeah, which doesn't mean 15. 14 would break the record.
Yeah, the 15 was brought up, but it was more about Tyreek Sapp. One of the fans asked if Tyreek Sapp would get 15 sacks.
No, they asked if George Gumbs would after Nick brought it up.
Oh, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I think Dan's lying on my name, like usual.
Would never do that.
I don't know, man. You're in the bag of wild takes, so I wouldn't put it past you, bro. Matter of fact, I'm siding with Dan. I think he said it. I think he said it. 2 100,000-yard rushers and 15 sacks from Gumbs.
And
47 touchdown passes from DJ Lagway.
And he thinks DJ Lagway is going to be there for the Heisman Trophy. So, I mean, if Nick doesn't pick here shortly an undefeated season, then something is not adding
He
up.
got to, bro. He's got a sunshine clause in that victorious contract.
Oh, yeah, and they're going to get 15 sacks. I mean, it's nuts. Somewhere Nick has not told the honest truth about how he feels about a position because he's felt pretty confident. I'm going to go Tyreek Sapp. I think this is his breakout year. I think this is his money year to really show out. And I think he deserves it. I think all of the players deserve it. I think anybody that sacrifices everybody. But him bouncing into all of those different positions and it finally working out and him getting the credit and the notoriety that he deserves, I'm going to go Tyreek Sapp there. Let's get a record prediction. This will be the last thing we do today. Nick.
9-3.
I don't see how it works out, Corey. The math ain't math in here, but we'll go 9-3 for Nick.
At LSU, at A&M, and then a weird one. Texas or Georgia. I think, no, they're going to beat Georgia this year. They're going to beat Miami. I think at LSU, at Texas A&M, the operation has not traveled well. But I think Georgia
just haven't traveled with DJ. That's all. Yeah, we just haven't traveled with DJ. Mark me down for 10-2. I don't want to put a game on it because I feel good versus everybody we're facing, man. So I can't really put a game on it. It's just impossible to go undefeated in today's football. So, attrition, all that type of stuff. You end up losing one, but I love our matchup versus LSU. If you want to catch LSU, you want to catch them early. Not a big believer in the quarterback position. I don't think he's a clutch type of guy. And to be able, like Brian Kelly has struggled early. He's lost to Florida State a couple of times early. He struggled with it even at Notre Dame. Miami blew him out when they went to Miami. He's not good in early games. They usually get hot later. When he beat us with Daniels, he was hot later on in the season. A lot of fresh people, in that transfer portal. There's a lot of turnover on that roster. I think chemistry could be a thing early on with them. If they lose game one in the wrong way, things could get spooky because they spent a lot of money in LSU for this roster. So I think it's shaky. I think if he don't make a big splash this season, that seat could get hot too. So I'm not high on LSU like a lot of people are. They pay for a lot of talent, but they got to put it together. This ain't basketball. Football's a little different.
ESPN was talking about it on Saturday before the Iowa State-Kansas State game. Is his seat the hottest in college football right now of the big coaches? And I think if they lose game one, I think it starts to get a little murky. LSU fans don't like losing. They went and got a proven winner at Brian Kelly, and it's not worked out the way that they thought. I was going to go 9-3.
Notre Dame is thriving. Like his protege has got Notre Dame thriving, so they're doing better without him. Brian Kelly's under the spotlight for sure this year. A lot of pressure.
I was going to go 9-3, but Corey convinced me I'm going 10-2. I think Billy Napier turns it around this year. I think they've got the dogs. I think that they're good in the positions that you want them to be good at, and I think you have some opportunity to be elite for the first time in a very long time. I think we talked about a couple weeks ago, this is the most confident I've felt about a Gator roster on offense and defense in a very, very, very long time.
Same.
Now it's time.
I don't feel like I'm lying. That's crazy. This is the first offseason in a very long time. I just don't feel like I'm lying. I think I've been very honest about even in the positions where we're not just super deep at, but I just think the team, even like in the secondary, if you're a little shallow at safety, but that front seven is just going to be so good. While we got some talented defensive backs, that front seven is going to make them even better. So I think the team is just set up in a way. No team is going to be 100%, bulletproof. But I like the way we're set up, man, for sure.
This is a year. This is put up or shut up year. So, boys, we're here. I've got song of the week. I think we'll give it to Corey so I can do a final ad read. Corey, you think about it. One final shout out to our friends over at Alumni Hall. Go visit alumnihall.com or go visit them in Gainesville. If you're going up to the Gators game against LIU, 7 p.m. on SEC Network Plus, you're going to drive by Archer Road. You're going to drive by Alumni Hall. Go let them know Stadium and Gale sent you. Best place to go get tailgating supplies, T-shirts, polos, golf accessories, gifts for the family and loved ones in your life. As Junior Devon says, Junior Devon, Alumni Hall is the best store in America. So go check them out. Let them know Stadium Gale sent you. Hopefully a couple of you were able to go to their event that they had this past Saturday. But again, alumnihall.com. And Corey, take us away.
Let me get JID, J-I-D, Glory. Dope new album. Check them out.
All right. Well, we will see you guys same corner, same time next week. Not this Friday, but the following Friday is also the start of game day eve. Everybody enjoy. Go Gators. And we'll see you guys next week.